who are the players in the industrial world? Like, for example, like, is it like, do mom and pop shop owners own like 50% of the industrial? Is it mainly big REITs or big companies that own it now, or what would you say that ratio is? And yeah,
it's the vast majority is the mom and pop type owners by far. Yeah, vast majority. So the market is huge, and definitely there's a lot of inventory being built in the Inland Empire and other areas. But when we're talking about the smaller scale, primarily it's mom and pop type owners that really haven't invested that much at all. You can just, if you drive by some of these locations, you'll see that the landscaping's really not up to par, the paving. You're probably going to have some ADA issues, which is another risk. There's probably some environmental issues, roof issues where they patch the roof, and you may have to go in and replace the roof and put a 12 or 20-year roof in place. So there's a lot of items where they haven't really invested, but it's good cash flow. And I think for a lot of prospective investors, you can come in and purchase sort of the smaller size industrial where it creates a capital event for those sellers. And you can go in and really have that opportunity to bump up the rents, right? But it does require, for the most part, requires some level of investment. And I think that's kind of the thing you have to watch out for. And I know you see it in the residential real estate, they refer to it as the pig in lipstick, where on flips, for example, they've gone in, you bought a house and you spent the minimum amount of money with cheap finishes, but it looks good, right? On the face value, and it's been staged really well, it's been marketed really well. But then you find out you got to change the boiler, or you got to change out the whole ductwork, and there's some bigger issues, or the roof has got some issues, and those are the bigger costs, right? That maybe are behind the walls, and it's kind of no different with industrial. That the costs are primarily what you can't see. So if you have a building, for example, with an electrical supply and infrastructure that is too low, then you may be going in there and finding out that you need to upgrade that to 2000 amps or whatever it may be. And there's a cost, right? So you have to kind of correlate what the market value is in terms of the rent that you can achieve, but also what you need to do to get it there. And that does require a little bit more thought, I would say, than the residential side, which is a bit more standardized. You kind of know what you need to do, and there's a lot more comps as well, and access to information that you can gather from people like yourself that can educate people, right, in terms of what is it you need to do in terms of what the end value is if somebody's trying to do it as a flip.